Star Playhouse presents Dick Powell, Charles Boyer, David Niven, Joan Fontaine.
Is a dictator. His name doesn't matter. It could be Adolf or Benito, or if it suited the place and the purpose, just plain Mr. Smith. Wherever dictators turn up, scenes like these must be taken for granted. For dictators aren't concerned with human beings except in the terms of bayonet practice, expendable divisions, and the loud cheers in the plaza. But fortunately, for the people of faith, dictators make mistakes, as one day Colonel Mendoza made a mistake.
Father Gregory is here.
Lord, much!
Yes?
Father Gregory is here, Your Excellency.
Send him in.
Good afternoon, Father.
You sent for me?
Yes.
Why?
Don't you know?
I haven't been told.
Well, you have a feeling, haven't you?
Naturally. Is this going to be a short interview, or may I sit down?
Better sit down. I want you to stay here until the... Stupid, isn't it?
Is it?
Father Gregory, do I understand you are a party to this nonsense? Because you're in sympathy with it.
Please, Colonel. Are you suggesting that I, a priest, would be a party to nonsense?
This is not a matter for jest, Father.
I'm with you, though perhaps from a different viewpoint. To answer your question, I desire no man's death.
Not even mine?
Particularly not yours. Spiritually, Colonel, you are in no condition to die.
You've never feared me, have you, Father? You, an American in a strange country, why? Is it your own courage or faith in the power of the church to protect you?
Colonel Mendoza, there are very few authenticated instances of a crucifix stopping a bullet. You might murder me, and under certain conditions, I think you would, without even a qualm. But fear of such a thing would not help to avert it. No, I am not afraid of you.
Your frankness is refreshing, but perhaps a little dangerous.
Did you call me here to discuss my feelings toward you?
No. No, Father. I want to know what you know about this ridiculous plot, this conspiracy against me.
Ridiculous? Yet your halls are guarded by more soldiers than at any time during my stay in your country. The courtyard is full of machine guns, anti-aircraft guns, snipers on the roof. It appears, Colonel, you are taking this ridiculous situation rather seriously.
I have lived this long only because I have never underestimated the power of my enemies. Father, I'd like to ask you a question. Who originated this fantastic idea? Who started it? Who's behind it?
Don't shout, Colonel. You might alarm your guards. Now, as to who originated it, I don't know. But from what I've been able to find out, nearly everybody is behind it. You are not a popular man.
Popularity? I don't need popularity. I have power.
Against this?
Well, you believe I'm going to die at 1:42 this afternoon?
What I believe doesn't have anything to do with it. But just as you never underestimate the power of your enemies, Neither do I underestimate the power of prayer.
Prayer? You have the audacity to tell me you would dignify this wish for my death by calling it a prayer.
It is a concentrated effort of prayer for a great evil to be removed.
Ah, words! Why they pray for my death? It is a conspiracy!
When 300,000 people agree almost spontaneously to wish a man dead at 1:42 on a certain day, it is not a matter of plot or conspiracy. It is a demonstration. And in your case, it is a demonstration of hatred.
Hatred. The hatred of a mass of ingrates. Who gave them efficient railroads, good schools, a sense of pride in their nation and their blood?
And who bled them with taxes to build the railroads they can't afford to ride? And what can our children learn in our schools except the gospel of Mendoza?
Be careful.
A sense of pride in their nation and their blood. The blood they spilled in your senseless campaigns against peaceful neighbors.
Quiet! Quiet, priest. Sit down.
Colonel Mendoza, you will either listen to what I have to say about a subject you yourself brought up, or you will let me go back to my work.
There is another alternative.
As you wish, but please choose.
Please, Father, sit down. Please. I must talk to somebody about this, and
There is nobody you can trust. Nobody who would neither flatter you nor knife you. Very well, Colonel. Troubled souls are my business.
Thank you, Father Gregory. Please, tell me all you know about this affair.
I probably know very little more than you do. It seemed to have started some weeks ago after the business in Del Rio.
The drunken antics of a few men who have been since reprimanded.
Reprimanded? Does a reprimand restore the lives of 142 citizens herded together in a machine gun for resisting the stealing of their wives and daughters?
They should have come direct to me with their complaints. They were taking the law into their own hands, and... You say my men shot 142?
Yes.
And I am theoretically to die at 142 today. Significant, I presume.
Yes, as far as I've heard.
All right. All right, go on.
Well, the story of Del Rio spread rapidly. Where the idea for a concerted, organized wish for your death originated, I do not know. I doubt if anybody knows. But given the Del Rio 142 and the fierce resentment which has smoldered in this country for years, it became a matter of spontaneous combustion. The 142 dead are now represented by 300,000 living.
So at 1:42 this afternoon, some 300,000 people join minds and concentrate on my death. Ridiculous. Fantastic.
It is at least an unusual method of extermination.
I prefer the term assassination, Father. Extermination is usually applied to vermin. Or did you choose the word deliberately?
It just came to mind, Colonel.
Under the circumstances, Father Gregory, I think I'm permitting you a great deal of latitude in this conversation.
You can afford it.
I can?
If you die, you can afford a generous gesture. If you live, I will be here to be punished.
Yes. It is very true. If I am to die, if I live, Father, in all honesty, which do you think it will be?
In all honesty, I don't know. The impact of 300,000 minds concentrating on a single objective. I certainly respect the possibilities.
May I tell you what I think? I think it is a trick, a ruse. You may respect killing by concentration. I have no respect for steel and lead and poison. Poison this water, for instance. Are you thirsty, Father?
Not particularly.
Oh, you must be. It's a hot day. You came clear from the church. Have some water. Afraid? How did it taste?
A bit brackish. Well, I imagine it's safe. Perhaps you'd better wait, though.
Yes. Shall wait. Yes?
Garcia is here, Excellency.
What do they mean?
Aren't you taking chances seeing visitors, Colonel?
No. This is Garcia, my best informer. I trust him implicitly. Besides, I'll have him covered every moment with this gun, and he knows it. Don't stand there. Come in so I can shut the door.
Yes, Excellency.
Your report. Never mind the father, the report.
Yes, sir. There is nothing new. Just more of the same. Nearly all the places of business have closed in the last hour. The streets are nearly deserted.
No disturbances, no arrests?
Yes. A small group of men in the Flores cantina. They resisted arrest. 3 of them are dead.
And the rest?
Held for questioning.
Good.
May I go now?
Yes, go. Tell Gutierrez I shall see no one else until... until 1:45.
Yes, Excellency.
This clock says 1:29, Father Gregory. Is that correct?
My watch is quite correct, Colonel. It says 1:30 exactly.
Then I have...
12 minutes to live.
Father! What do you see before you? A weakling?
No?
I faced and killed many brave men, some with these hands. Do I look like a man who can be scared to death?
No?
You tell me that there are 300,000 fools who believe I have only 12 more minutes to live.
11 minutes now, Colonel.
You can't halt time by stopping 1 clock, Colonel.
Yes. Of course.
Even if you smashed every clock in the country, you'd still only have 8 minutes. A little less now.
No doubt you'd like to have me spend it in the confession.
If you would approach it with the required sincerity, much can be done. Even in 8 minutes.
8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes! This is insanity. 2 grown men watching at a clock, believing that one of them can be wished, actually can be wished to death.
Ah, then you do believe it.
Of course not! That is, let us say I concede the very remote possibility.
It's a handsome concession.
And let us also say that this possibility is so remote that I'm already considering my answer to those responsible for this act of, what is it, treason?
It depends upon the viewpoint.
And your viewpoint?
My viewpoint is that better men than you have tried to destroy thinking by force. Your people wanted a leader they could love and respect. You gave them one to fear and hate. Hate. And in 6.5 minutes, that hate will become a guided missile, a living, driving thing. It is a matter of one devastating moment. For probably the first time in history, a tremendous, tremendous group of people is coordinating itself to achieve a certain objective at a predetermined instant. The voltage of a single thought can be electrically measured, Colonel. What will be the power, the impact of 300,000 thoughts fused together into an invisible projectile? Now, 4.5 minutes.
Will you please quit telling me how long I have? Are you trying to break me down?
I'll be quiet. You're understandably on edge.
I'm not on edge. I was considering this plan, this idiot plan to engulf me in a collective brainstorm. Must have a center. Center! A nucleus.
You're looking for something to crush, Colonel. If it has a nucleus, it's in the hearts of the people, your people.
They'll know whose people they are. If this sorcery fails.
That's possible tomorrow. Today, you sweat.
I always do. How much time, priest?
4 minutes.
We'll wait in silence. I'm tired of your morbid gabble.
As you wish.
Talk. Talk, say something, amuse me.
Amuse you, Colonel? I don't find this amusing.
I shall not open those doors for any reason until this idiotic time limit has passed. I'm covered against everything. Everything with the one exception. You.
You sent for me, remember?
You probably knew that I would. You and the rest probably knew you were the only man at the Capitol I would let get this close to me without a search. The ideal emissary, huh? Stand up. Quick.
Well?
I guess I was wrong, Father. Just the same. Sit down. It's almost the time, Father Gregory. Just remain as you are. I'll prove to you that I'm invulnerable. Colonel, the window. No, Father, no.
Here's your pistol, Colonel. Let that remind you that no man is invulnerable even to the oldest child's trick in the world. If you should die, let it be with more humility and less arrogance.
Forgive me for my suspicions, Father. I should have known. Time.
45 seconds.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Strange the different things that give men comfort. a gun at a time like this?
It could be some kind of crazy last-minute effort. No. I suppose not this late. Must be almost
20 seconds.
Count them off.
15. 10. 5. 1:42.
Mental assassination, huh? I told you I was invulnerable. No one will overcome Mendoza. This gun now will be quite busy for a while. In Del Rio and other places where the people plan to use mental-guided missiles.
God help you now, Colonel.
Thank you, Father Gregory. I can make it alone, I think, as usual. Gutierrez! 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 The idiotic machine is broken. Better be broken! Not there. Gutierrez! Come on! Gutierrez! Gutierrez! Come on! The guard! The guard, men! Captain! This is Mendoza, Captain. Gutierrez! Gutierrez, come in! Captain Durando! Father Gregory! Father, what has happened? What? My men would not desert me. They wouldn't. Never! They've gone. Everyone has gone. The machine gunners, the anti-aircraft crews, the planes, my personal staff, everybody.
Perhaps the missile was better guided than you thought, Colonel.
But, Father, it cannot be. Why, it cannot be? The owl came and went, and I was unharmed.
Were you?
I cannot stay alone here. I cannot go into the street, Father. No, no, no. No, I would be killed.
Very probably.
I tell you, they must come back. I order it. I'm Colonel Mendoza. Look at me, priest. What do you see? Am I not Colonel Mendoza?
What do I see? I see a man who is frightened, alone, doomed. I see a dictator who has died. Because Mendoza, when a dictator loses his hard supporters, when his power to rule by fear is taken away from him, when he has no one to carry out his ruthless orders, then Mendoza, that dictator, is as dead as if he had been buried with his ancestors. May God have mercy on your soul.